Yeah, my name is Ron Brand, and I'm a shareholder at Jackson Titus.
Can you tell me what an employment law attorney does? 2-3 sentences.
Well, an employment law attorney, from the defense perspective, provides guidance and advice to employers. My practice area involves three separate areas. One is day-to-day counseling and advice to employers when they have employment-related problems, hiring, firing, leave of absence. The second area of my practice is preparing employee handbooks, policies, procedures, contracts, more of the transactional side of employment law. And then the third area is defending employers against individuals who sue them for various types of employment-related claims, such as wrongful termination, discrimination, harassment, and retaliation.
What do you like most about your practice, about what you do?
I enjoy employment law because there is a very human, emotional element to it. When you're talking about an individual who believes he or she has been wrongfully terminated, there's a certain visceral, emotional aspect to it. And so many times when I'm trying to resolve settled cases, there's a psychological component. Letting the individual vent and express why he or she feels that what my client did was wrong. And that is kind of a cathartic moment and allows, I think, the parties to try to resolve the case. And my clients also get emotional too because they feel like they invested a lot of time and effort and money into an employee, and they feel backstabbed that the employee not only didn't perform well, but then is now suing them for some type of what they feel is a meritless claim.
What was the hardest thing for you when you first started out in employment law?
I came here from another state. I practiced in Illinois for about 4.5 years. I did a little bit of employment law, but certainly not California law. And the hardest thing was just to learn and understand all the different employment laws in California. There's so many different rules and laws and regulations. It was a bit overwhelming at first to get a grasp and a handle of all the different laws and how they intersect and how they relate to all the different federal laws. So I think that was the most difficult part for me in the beginning.
All right. And can you tell us what a typical day might look like for you?
A typical day involves a few things. One is it could be drafting some type of an employment agreement or an employee handbook, involved in litigation, so drafting discovery, pleadings, motions, and then throughout the day being peppered with calls from clients who have questions about various HR matters. Whether it's hiring somebody, firing somebody, somebody who is sick and needs to go on a leave of absence, or somebody who maybe feels like he or she's not being paid properly according to wage and hour laws.
Okay. And then lastly, what advice do you have for those who would like to break into employment law?
I would say take a course like the basics, honestly, only because there are so many different labor and employment laws out there. You really need to get a good grasp and understanding of how everything works. And while you won't know everything at first, and even I don't know all the laws, you really need to have a good foundation. So I would take a course like this. I would read various treatises or manuals about labor and employment law, and just learn as much as you can, because there are so many different rules and regulations that you really have to have a good grasp and understanding.
Well, thank you so much.